Hello.
Good morning, GeorgeAnna.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And how have you been during the course of the week?
We are always wonderful.
We're going to open with a question from Amber, Diane's daughter, and Gail is going to verbalize it to you.
We are ready.
Okay. In terms of our human reaction, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and all our senses that we have access to, how do we understand or determine when we experience a moment, a true moment of enlightenment?
This is a wonderful question. Most people receive moments of energy when they feel a connectedness with everything. Some experience it just for a few seconds, some for a few moments, and there are some that will experience it for hours at a time, or days at a time. This is very rare. What most experience as a vibrational reaction, they will notice a change in their physiology. They will notice their hair on their skin will stand on end. Their body will shiver or will be hot. There can be a lightness that occurs in the head sometimes. Some people will feel it throughout their entire body in a very physical way. Everyone will experience it physically slightly different. This is why this is a hard question to pinpoint for everyone. But the most important thing to know is that this will be a moment when you feel complete bliss. You have no sense of who you are as an individual. You will feel a love that will, and we are allowing Dianne to feel this right at this moment.
Lucky Dianne.
We are giving her a moment, and we are feeling it through her body to assist us in explaining how it feels. For her, it feels, she would describe it as goosebumpy. We describe it as a vibration, as a shiver, or as a motion that starts in one part of the body and moves. It's almost as if one cell gets sparked and it begins a chain reaction throughout the body. And then another cell and another cell and another cell. And it almost sets off a wave that goes throughout the system, the physical system. And it is quite wonderful, quite relaxing and healing to have this experience. It is a uniting. And when we say that the cells all feel it, that is, you are one with the furniture you are sitting on at the moment. You are one with the building you are in. You are one with the ground underneath you. You are one with the humidity, the water that's in the air, always. You are one with the air. You are one with the people that are in the room with you. You are one with people as it spreads out across the entire earth and goes out across the universe. You may even have a moment when you see something, even if your eyes are shut, or if your eyes are open. You may have a magical knowing, a feeling of utter connectedness and love, and there is no pain, no worries, no thoughts, nothing but that feeling, that emotion, that knowing that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are connected. That is the best way to describe it for us, using her body. We hope this has helped many.
Yes, I've heard people say that when that moment occurs to them, some people describe it as uncontrollable laughter and joy, and some people react
with tears.
Tears, exactly. Yes.
Yes.
It's an individual reaction that comes out physically, but they all experience the same thing.
Right.
And express it differently or react differently. Is that correct?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Okay.
Some people may... It's an explosion. That's another way to put it. It's an explosion. It's a reaction. It's a chemical reaction. It is a physical, chemical, emotional, spiritual reaction. That is why that feeling of oneness, that connectedness occurs, because you are touching everything as you are right now. As you are there, you are in touch with Dianne and with Debbie. All three of you and us. We are all connected. And if you allow yourself to feel that, even though you know you are in a different state, you can feel the energy running under the earth and connecting us. That is how when Debbie does her healing, she can take people to faraway places and heal them in beautiful temples. That is what she is doing. She is giving their spirit a moment of enlightenment.
So Debbie herself is enlightened in order to bring about this for others.
When she is focused in that moment, she can experience the enlightenment. And as we are talking, we are feeling it. normally we do not pay attention to this. We do not allow Dianne to feel this. But she is feeling it now to assist us, to help explain. That is why we immediately got the image of Debbie in her temple, because this is where she is at home. This is where her higher spirit resides most of the time. Is this not true?
It is. Thank you for sharing. It was interesting because I just shared that with Gail and Tess about the crystal pyramid.
Yes.
My healing temple. Our healing temple.
Yes.
Yes. Did you have anything else you wanted to include with that, Gail?
On that point, I call it the aha moment, where everything all of a sudden makes sense, total sense, and I just bask in it.
Well,
I don't cry and I don't laugh. I'm just overjoyed. It's just filled with joy.
now
When I have those moments.
what we will say is that there are some people, some famous people, who have aha moments, but they are not having moments of enlightenment at that moment.
Uh-huh.
It is just, some people use the word aha moment. It just means that they have heard something that they acknowledge as something unique and different. And others use the word epiphany for that same meaning. But when you truly feel enlightenment, it is even deeper, even more of a feeling of all three, not just a mental aha, which some feel, or a emotional aha. It is then spiritual and physical all together. So when you add all the senses, it accelerates it, elevates it to a level that surpasses a normal understanding. And we know that is what you mean. We just want to make sure that others who use that phrase understand as well.
So it's a resonance of all that we are.
Yes.
And all that is.
Yes.
The word beyond climatic
We have
kind
said
of resonates with what you're saying.
yes. We have mentioned this before.
Mm-hmm. I have a question from Dianne. She's been working on writing many books for many, many years.
Yes, we know.
And she does not have one that is complete at this time. What does she need to do specifically to get one published? And are there any topics that she should be working on versus other topics?
Yes. We knew this was a question today. What is most important for her and for everyone who is trying to create something in their life that is new and different? Or every person who wants to start a new project. This is something that will help everyone. The most important thing is to balance your life, is to sleep when you should sleep, is to drink enough water so that you are hydrated, to eat good healthy foods so that your body can sustain itself in health and wellness, And then there is the organizing of your time. This is a main one for many, and I know for Dianne in particular. It is setting up an appointment with yourself, a time that is sacred, where you will sit, or she will sit, and work on the project, in this case, editing a book. That is what needs to happen. There needs to be sacred time that no one can step in on. She sets up time for her conference calls for her workshop. This is sacred to her. She sets up time to be here, and that is sacred to her. We are very happy with both. She also sets up time to help her children with projects. And this is wonderful that she does. But there are times when she is not on the internet working on her spiritual teachings or giving readings to someone. When she has time that we see as wasted time. It is wasted. It is time when she will watch episodes of a show on the television or a movie for a few hours. That is not needed. We have mentioned this before, but we will mention it again, that electronics have a place in this time. We accept this. We understand that it is crucial for the development. We know that it is part of what is happening in this planet at this time. It is important. But it is also important to spend time in nature, to be outside, to connect with the world on a physical level. And it is also important to turn off the connection to the electronics, to turn the television off, or to turn the phone off, to disconnect, and to spend time working on a project that may not require a computer at times. And then we understand that there are also, like the editing of a book, may be done on a computer. And this is when we talk of sacred time. She needs to schedule it as if she is going to work. And this is for everyone that is trying to become something you are not at this time. You must believe that you are what you are. Dianne is a writer. This is what she is. She needs to believe it with every part of her being. And then she will focus on it again. She will spend hours writing again or editing. And it will be done. We know it will happen. We know it just takes focus.
Do you feel that Dianne is focusing on too many topics at one time, too many areas of development at one time?
No.
Okay.
She can focus on many more than she is. That is not the problem. The problem is the wasted time. We want her to turn off things. We want her to disconnect. She tries to do too many things at one time. For instance, she may have the television on while she's trying to work on something on the computer. It will split her attention, and she could accomplish the same project, complete the same task in half the time if she would just focus with the computer and turn the television off in the background. That is what we are talking about.
That's good information for all of us.
Yes. There are many that have too many things happening at once. She has often been sitting with the television on. We tell her secrets now. We know she is hearing us and laughing. She will have, and we know she is not the only one doing this. Mm-hmm. She will have her computer on her lap, her television on, and her phone in her hand, and doing what amounts to 3 things at one time. This is splitting her focus in 3 directions instead of turning 2 of them off and only focusing on 1 at a time and accomplishing what needs to be accomplished, and then shut that one down and put it aside and work on the next project or focus on the next thing. In the past, when the phone call rang, sometimes people would turn their television off. Now, people do not talk on the phone like that. But they will be paying attention to someone sitting across from them at a dinner table, and both will have cell phones out instead of looking in the eyes of the person across from you and talking to them. We would like to see more talking in everyone's life, more disconnection from electronics, and more reconnection with the real world.
Could you describe what's going on with our cellular structure, with all of the electronics that we have today?
Right now, yes. There are many things happening. There are things happening that we do not feel comfortable mentioning here. We do not want all the knowledge to get out as to what is occurring with the electronic systems. But they are being affected by many energies that are entering the atmosphere at this time. They are also being affected by governmental and company situations where there is more knowingness, there is more being aware of what is happening with everyone's messages, everyone's conversations, everyone's information. There is more of a awareness that is happening on another level. And we can't, again, go into too much detail about this, but enough to say it is affecting many people. It's affecting many people's energy. They will feel it. It is a pulling. So some will be tired by it. Others may feel a headache. And then there is a energy that is being pushed out as well. And this may feel as congestion. It may feel as pressure. And some will feel overwhelmed by this. The most important thing to know is that when your computer starts acting up, walk away. Turn it off and walk away. This is an opportunity to disconnect.
Is this a direct reaction from the satellite services, satellites,
and other things that are in the air around the Earth?
As long as, as well as lunar and planetary disturbances?
Yes. There is much happening in space. There is also much happening on Earth at this time concerning electronics.
Thank you.
You're welcome.